wouldn't believe what happened. Well, you would. Can you believe I made a mistake? You can? Thank you for that vote of confidence. Appreciate that. That's uplifting. You wouldn't believe what I just did. I was handed brand new batteries. After early service, Mr. Austin gave me brand new batteries just to make sure the batteries are good to go. And I put them in there, and guess what I did? I put them in backwards. Have you all ever put the batteries in backwards? You have? Have you all put the batteries in backwards? You know what happens, don't you, when you put the batteries in backward? Okay. So I put the batteries in backward and made sort of a mistake. I sort of like mistakes like that. You know what I mean? Because those kind of mistakes, it's a little embarrassing, but in the big picture, it really doesn't matter, does it? We'll get them all fixed up. Those are easy to fix. I like mistakes like that, easy to fix mistakes. And actually, it's probably pretty good. Next time, I'll know, probably really pay attention to how I put those batteries in. Because I'll learn from my mistake. Pay attention to make sure it's on. I should have checked my battery pack to make sure it was in. So, hey, listen, when you have a mistake, what do you do with a mistake? Well, you learn from your mistake. What can I learn? Did you know in every mistake that you make in life, you can learn some things? Things happen. You say, okay, what can I learn from that mistake? The next thing you do is, what do I need to do after I learn from the mistake? What do I need to do to avoid that mistake the next time? Yeah, because sometimes you make one mistake, that's all right, but if it keeps coming back and coming back because you keep making the same mistake again, you haven't learned. So I need to think, what do I do next time? And how many of y'all know next time I'm going to make sure my batteries are in right? And better than that, I'll probably have one of our great media guys just say, hey, can you put these batteries in? Because that way I don't have to mess it up, and they know what they're doing better than I do. So I can trust them. Those guys are really good at it. What else do you do when you make a mistake? The other thing you do is you just go forward. And I could, you know what I could try to do? I could have tried to hide it so that nobody knew what the mistake I made was. Because that's sort of embarrassing. It's humbling. But do you know what I found? I found that it really doesn't help you to do that. You're better off just owning it. That means if you made the mistake, just say, I was wrong. I made it. And it's humbling, but the good news is God gives grace to the humble. And the other thing is, what's wonderful is, you'd be amazed how much pressure takes off of your life when you don't have to be perfect all the time and pretend to be something you're not. You'd be amazed. I feel bad for people who have the burden that always have to be right and always have to be perfect. That's a hard burden to live under. I gave up on that a long time ago when you mess up as much as I do. So I learned from my mistake. I just owned it, that it was my mistake. You correct what you can, and you just go ahead, and you go forward in life. Now, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. That's just the way life is. But I'd rather that you learn from your mistakes and let God use them in your life than just be afraid of making mistakes. Just go for it. I don't mean doing the wrong thing, but I mean, hey, just go for it out there and learn. You'd be amazed what you learn. In fact, you probably learn as much from your mistakes as you learn from your successes in life. And so, what's it take to learn from a mistake? The real thing? It takes humility. It takes humility. All right? Okay, gang, there you go. We lived through the mistake. So I got sidetracked with the slinky, but that's okay. You ready? Oh, it's slinking all around. All right, there you go. Thank you, ma'am. All right, I was going to give the box away. I don't have a box to give away. Next week, there'll be a box here. Go back to your seats, guys and gals.